Hi everyone, so today I'm here with the famous Dr. Christopher E.B. Kunle, and today is recognized as International World Obesity Day, Wednesday, March the 4th. So today we're going to speak about a few topics related to obesity. Hi Dr. Chris, thank you for joining us today.
Hi Ms. Veronica, and as always, it's a pleasure talking with you. Today is International Obesity Day, and we're celebrating not just the problem, but really the successes that we've accomplished. I'm proud to say that with Ms. Veronica's guidance and leadership, we've helped close to 30,000 people who've suffered from obesity over the past 10 years, and we are helping tens of people every day. So one can say that we're very well qualified to discuss the issue. One of the things that we need to understand about obesity is it's not the fault of the person that's dealing with it. We're now beginning to realize that obesity is a genetic disease, so the genes that we inherit dictates significantly how big we get.
Thank you so much for that information, Dr. Chris. I'm speaking about GLP-1s, or weight loss in general. I know some people say that obesity is a disease. Some people will say otherwise. What is your take on the chronic illness side of obesity?
Oh, I've always believed that obesity is a disease. It's a chronic illness. It's a lifelong illness. We're very lucky to be in time and history where we actually have a lot of very good tools to help solve the problem. Unlike before, when we had just a few options, or just take some phentermine, or just go on a diet. Now we have very, very strong tools and medications to help and procedures to help. And these options are safer and are very effective. And the reason why we developed this is because we finally acknowledged that obesity is a biological problem. Rather than blaming the victim, we were saying, let's study it, let's find out exactly what roles hormones play in obesity, what roles do genetics play in obesity, what role do our behavior play in obesity, and now we're targeting each of those aspects of obesity individually, and we're succeeding immensely.
I definitely agree. So true or false? If I stop taking my GLP-1, will I regain the weight immediately after?
That is a great question, and it's a question that I get. I got tens of people asking me the same question. So GLP-1 medications, just for those of us who don't know, for those of us watching on YouTube or TikTok, hint, GLP-1 medications are medications that are developed to copy hormones in our body. And most popular examples, if we were to give the generic name, is semaglutide and tirzepatide. Some of the brand names that we have is Wegovy, Ozempic, Zepbound, and Mounjaro, but I call them, tirzepatide and semaglutide. These medications are now used by tens of millions of Americans, hundreds of millions of people around the world, and they've changed the game for managing our weight, and they're very effective. However, they're also expensive, and sometimes if we're trying to make a decision about, hey, should I spend $500 on medication a month, or do I want to buy groceries, then we end up buying groceries and we end up not buying those medications. So we're seeing a lot of people that are stopping medication for multiple reasons. Number one, I achieved my weight loss goal, I'm gonna stop. I can't afford it, I'm gonna stop. Well, the data is out that when we stop taking those medications, the weight does come back, usually within a year, and it comes back with a vengeance. So we need to have a conversation about how to discontinue those medications and what to do to prevent weight gain.
Thank you so much for that. And what lifestyle modifications can patients make to ensure that the weight doesn't come back fully with a vengeance, if any?
Well, that's a good one too, because not only does the weight come back with a vengeance, the health issues such as diabetes and high blood pressure that we control very well with weight loss also comes back. How do we prevent these problems from coming back with a vengeance is by noting how the medication changed us. So the medication reduces the food noises that we experience on a daily basis, reduces the portions of food and the type of food that we eat, reduces the frequency of our eating. So we need to monitor ourselves while we're taking them, and when we stop taking them, try our best to replicate the eating behaviors that we were doing during this medication. So it's really healthy, balanced, wholesome eating, fasting, 12-hour fast there, 6-hour fast. We simply don't have to eat as much as we are currently. Being active, getting out and walking. One of the most effective exercises is walking, half an hour a day, 6 days a week. Mindfulness, meditation, stress management, sleeping better. All of this lifestyle changes will help us from preventing the weight from coming back.
Thank you. And are there any red flags that you look out for when patients report increased appetite while on the GLP-1?
Yes. So red flags include undiagnosed eating disorders. So many of us do have eating disorders that nobody has ever really told us about. So if we're gaining weight on the medication, it's either because we have an undiagnosed eating disorder and we need to have a conversation about it. The other possibility is the medication might not be the right one for us. There are different types of these medications that we have available. Some people don't respond to a certain one. We have to switch to another one. The other possibility is that we're not compliant, we're not using it as we should, or the dose is too low for us. So we're very good at recognizing those red flags and finding solutions.
Thank you so much for that informative conversation, Dr. Chris. Do you have anything that you'd like to add before we close this?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me to this conversation. And I want to say that we are very, very qualified. We're very successful. We're present in multiple cities and multiple states. And our mission is to reduce the load of obesity on our families, our friends, and our society at large. I also want to mention that the data is out that the level of obesity in kids in America is the highest in the history. It's even worse last year than it has ever been. So we need to start this conversation about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle very early. Keep a good handle on your weight. Keep checking your weight on a regular basis. Keep being mindful of how much you eat, and call us if you need any help. Thank you.
Thank you.